Good idea. It's the Morning Joe to your Morning Joe. It's the blue collar to your blue collar. It's the lab coat to your scientists. Speaking of scientists, y'all want to learn something today?
I see you through the window. Human. I wonder what you're thinking. Human.
Did someone do the tongue thing?
Yeah, it was Jeff.
It was me.
Behold the lizard.
George, I tried to lick the window again. The human was looking at me, and I forgot that there's that glass thing. Now my tongue tastes weird.
Isn't that thing really dirty? Wait, do we know the concept of dirtiness? We're lizards.
But we're newly smart lizards that got into that toxic waste pool.
Newly smart lizards.
So we're just getting used to this dirt
Our names
thing.
and occupations are lizard and lizard.
I don't know how
Well,
to
we are smart.
differentiate myself from you.
You see, yours is with 2 Z's, mine is with 3 Z's.
Oh, I don't know what a Z is.
It's like an N but on its side.
You're just speaking gibberish to me now, George. Where did you learn these zzz?
From the
Lizard.
toxic waste dump.
Oh yeah.
Have
I was
ever
looking
told
at all
you
the pretty
guys
colors.
that I would love to have a daughter and name her Liz. So that when
What's-
people ask her, what's that short for, Elizabeth? She has to say no. My mother named me Lizard.
Guys, my mom named me it. No, my mom named me it, and you have to take it serious. Because I love my mom.
I can't imagine anyone whose name is Lizard because of their mom would love their mom.
I love my mom, and you have to take my name serious.
I don't know, that seems pretty fake to me.
That would be my fate. Is she is so serious about being named Lizard that she would not allow anyone to call her Liz. It's Lizard. My name is Lizard.
My name is Lizard. My mom given name. And you call me Liz.
Well, yeah, that's your name.
My name is Lizard.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. My daughter can be a little much to handle. We just wanted to get this dismissed. She didn't know how to use the chainsaw. It was her first time.
Oh my God.
I know that tree belonged to the neighbors,
they weren't
but if you could
taking
just
my name serious. I know exactly how to use a chainsaw.
Lizard, Your Honor, I'm sorry, Lizard. I've explained it to the judge. He'll call you Lizard.
I thought I was on trial for the murders I did.
What?
And scene.
I'd like to approach the bench.
Hey guys, naming your daughter Lizard is a really good idea. Good Idea is a brain trust your brain can trust. It is also a comedy and philosophy podcast where we design the solutions to your real life problems. I am Aiden Kinsella.
I am Gee Dailey.
I am George Diaz.
What's up? I'm an axolotl.
You know, people are going to start believing that you guys are actually different names than you are.
Because they're going to start by listening to this episode and they're going to be like, okay, so this guy's George Diaz. And this guy, like, it's not.
I'm sorry, listener. Let me clear it up. I'm Jeff Richardson.
Yeah, I'm not an axolotl. I'm George Diaz.
The axolotl is George.
They're actually native to Central America.
Yeah, it's the
George is actually native to Central America. He's an axolotl. Look at his slimy skin. Look at his slimy skin. You can touch it. You can feel it for free.
I don't know if you guys read the paper this morning, but correlation now equals causation. So everything everything is the transitive property. So George is from Central America. Lizards are daughters.
Jeff is George.
Things are getting weird, folks.
And therefore axolotls.
And therefore axolotls are, period.
Yes.
That's what we know. Welcome to our comedy philosophy podcast. We all introduced ourselves, so we're here to solve your problems. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves here, I think. Do we have a prompt, a listener suggestion, or an idea to solve? Last week we did a musical, and it was super fun. I don't know that I have it in me to intentionally do another musical episode today, but I want to help some people out. What do we got?
Let's see. Did we cover the Gesundheit Institute for Sad People?
The what?
I mean, I think the Gesundheit Institute for Sad People. So I think that's kind of what the Gesundheit Institute was in the first place, because there's a huge connection emotionally between like sad people and being sick. So there was a lot of thematic crossover. We're talking about the Gesundheit Institute, which is a hospital that was I think like a free hospital essentially, and Robin Williams portrayed the person who created this free hospital, Patch Adams, in the movie Patch Adams. No, it's really cool, but it's like a really cool thing. It's like a free hospital that a person made, like a med student. I agree, but this was like some rando person who had a dream to make the world better for sick people and had an idea about how to do it. And I don't know, I always found it really inspirational. So the film Patch Adams makes me cry a lot. And it's a big inspiration for me. And Jeff, I think the reason that is in our prompts list is I think you put it there after I was talking about how Sinister Parent Company, our podcast network, it reminded me of the Gesundheit Institute in just what inspires me to podcast.
The idea being that even though we can't be there in person, ministering to the sick, we do it in your ears across the globe, and we get in there quite often and soothe you.
That would be the idea.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I think the best way to do that is not to talk about doing it, but to move on from talking about doing it and start doing it. That would just be a thought.
I got one. This comes from Aiden. Quiet Earp, Ninja Sheriff.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's kind of just a joke because it's like two puns in one, but it could also be a thing.
Is this the new Assassin's Creed game?
It very well could be.
All right, okay, now here's the role play for that. For Quiet Earp, the Ninja Sheriff. This is it. This is the whole role play. That's it.
Was that Quiet Earp drinking a tasty Coke Zero after his successful mission?
Correct.
We already got a sponsorship tie-in.
Hey.
This thing's writing itself.
That's the thing. But what does it solve? What does it solve? Quiet Earp. It's very funny. I wrote it down because it was very funny.
It solves nothing.
I'm feeling pragmatic today.
My sadness. I just got a lot of serotonin from that.
Indeed. That was great.
What's weird about being a ninja sheriff is that you can't hear the woo woo woo. You can't hear any of that stuff.
That's true. They can't, because the music and the scoring that plays behind you in a Western film or in a actual sheriff's job, you can't have that when you're a ninja because it would draw attention to you. Well, because have you ever been a sheriff? Because if you're a sheriff, you sounded surprised. You get your own little bard.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
They're totally diametrically opposed occupations. Think about it. To be a sheriff, you need to be loud and like corral people and make sure people don't do this or that. A ninja just sneaks in there and pretty much their whole vibe is like slitting throats, which isn't great for police work.
Whoa.
Well, so you're saying that they uphold the law. Are we saying the definition of a sheriff is that they uphold the law? And in order to uphold, just somebody who upholds the law is a sheriff.
Correct.
Okay, so the implications of a ninja sheriff are a society in which the only way you solve police problems is by quietly dispatching people. So like nobody ever goes to the police for help. In fact, nobody even knows there's a sheriff because it's secret.
Oh God.
So really, wait, now hang on. So there are no police in this fiction, just the ninja sheriff, right?
Well, there are, but they're secret. Nobody knows who they are.
So
it's like Watchmen. Everybody's got a mask.
Who investigates the deaths that the ninja sheriff causes?
The ninja coroner. That's who.
So the ninja sheriff can never find the ninja coroner, and they're always sort of at odds with each other. This is like a vigilante law upholding system where the ninja sheriff doesn't want a ninja coroner around because the ninja sheriff wants people to see the leavings of his work. Or their work, I should say. We don't know who the ninja sheriff is.
Brooding.
This is a brooding ninja sheriff, for sure.
Yeah,
this is a brooding ninja sheriff.
Now, in our American Old West, there was traditionally a friction between some sheriffs and federal marshals from out east, from the federal government. So I could see a tense meeting between a ninja sheriff and a marshal.
Yeah, but what is the marshal? Is he also a ninja?
I don't know. I feel like we should punch him up, like make him a butcher or a
Jesus Christ.
Notary public. I don't know. Just throwing some ideas out there.
I'm just trying to think about how I want to explore more the checks and balances system that we've created between the ninja coroner and the ninja sheriff.
Right, like who stops the ninja sheriff from killing indiscriminately?
Well, technically that's the purview of ninja mayor.
Oh, good. Is everyone a ninja, or
in this town? In this town, everyone's a ninja. Are you fucking kidding me?
What I'm thinking,
I don't know.
Ninja
I think I've got to disagree with that. There's got to be I don't think the animals are going to be ninjas.
Everyone
can
be
be
a
ninja
ninja,
cows.
or no one will be.
Well, okay, hold on. Let me propose y'all this. You know the good and fun game Mafia that definitely is good and fun for everyone involved? Yeah. So this is kind of like the good and fun game Mafia that is definitely good and fun for everyone involved.
It is.
So some of the people are ninjas and some of them are not enjoying playing the game.
Now,
Oh,
ninjas.
wait, we're talking about
ninjas. If they belong to the same group, can talk to each other. So, like theoretically, ninja sheriff and ninja mayor could know what's going on.
Politician and police officer do not belong to the same group.
Oh, okay. Now, what about shopkeepers or sex workers? Do they have their own ninja clans?
Of course.
I would think that there would be sex workers that would be breaking the law in this town.
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
No, but hear me out. But then the ones that survive are the ones that adapt and become ninjas.
So it's like an initiation.
A survival game.
This is a very dark version of the Old West.
And the Old West was already dark.
Yeah,
Oh,
They had
it's not
lanterns.
the Old West. This is no one said this is not the Old West. This is not. I don't think ninjas lived in the Old West. This is just we define sheriff as someone who upholds the law. We are in a town full of ninjas and some people who aren't enjoying playing the game. I don't know where we are. But it's not just the Old West. This is like a human truth that I think we've stumbled
This could be
upon.
like Milton, Washington.
This is a battlefield of the mind.
Man.
So the ninja coroner frustrates the ninja sheriff because the ninja sheriff wants to leave dead bodies around as evidence of his work.
So what I'm really getting is the ninja sheriff is actually a serial killer, a la Dexter.
But it's I haven't seen Dexter. Explain more.
Well, Dexter is a serial killer that kills serial killers.
So yes, he's kind of like a serial killer. I remember that now. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Sure, this quiet ninja sheriff is kind of like a Dexter figure.
Now, technically, traditionally, ninja are loyal to their clan, but also they serve their contracts. So they're funded by an outside warlord or shogun. If
Is that not samurai?
Well, no, ninjas also they have to follow their contract. I don't know if they particularly have a democratic system for choosing who's in charge, but they definitely have their honor.
Okay, which of the four of us has been the closest thing to a ninja?
I played Assassin's Creed. Does that count?
I have also
George
played
has played Assassin's Creed. George is basically a ninja.
I guess
I've
you're
played
in charge
Assassin's
then,
Creed before,
George.
but not nearly as much as George. So I think we'll defer to George for all. So being a sheriff is to be someone who upholds the law. To be a ninja is to be someone who has experience playing Assassin's Creed or similar qualifications. And so George can tell us from now on what it is like to be a ninja. George, if you were a ninja and you had to clean up a body that you saw on the ground that was maybe jaywalking at the wrong place at the wrong time, so you find this body on the ground, right? Victim of the ninja sheriff for sure, right? And you need to pay respects to it. How are you going to do that without getting caught? How are you going to do that in the correct way? Like, tell us everything.
There's two ways of doing this. You either kill every single guard in the town and then do it, because that way there's no witnesses.
Now, are you the coroner or the sheriff or a ninja bystander in this scenario?
I was guessing the coroner, because the coroner's the one trying to get the body.
George is the ninja coroner.
Okay, so you just happened to be walking down the street and you saw the jaywalker, and now you have to decide, do I kill all the guards or
do I drop a smoke bomb, carry the body, and just run?
Mm-hmm. That's the other question. Yeah. Do you drop a smoke bomb, carry the body, and just run? Do you see? I wonder if this would be like you see the jaywalker alive, and then you just like all of a sudden there's a jaywalker body on the ground. It's like, well.
Like
I feel like it would be kind of like that. But or as a ninja, can you see the activities of other ninjas as they're happening?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
of course, because you got sharp ninja eyes.
Works.
But here's the thing: if you need to do a in-depth analysis of the corpse in situ, then you're definitely going to want to kill all the town guards so you can have time to, inspect.
Although,
Put
can
up
we,
those little
can we go back
flags,
to the ninja sheriff and where they get their funding? Because technically, if they were to belong to any sort of clan, wouldn't that just be the taxpayers?
The taxpayer clan.
Is that what we're calling it now?
So all the civil servants are members of the taxpayer clan.
Got it.
Or they're beholden to.
I wonder, though.
Maybe there's the taxpayer clan and then the civil service clan.
The thing that I struggle with this is that as I understand it in the fiction we've created, these ninjas.
What are you talking about? This is definitely real life.
This is definitely real life. So in this real life that we've started talking about, I remember the research that we did on the ninjas,
right,
telling us that they were vigilante forces, sort of working on their own. So maybe there is a clan to it, but I think that we've already established that there is even a war amongst the ninjas and between each other in this town, and then a bunch of other people who aren't enjoying playing the game. But is the taxpayer clan one of the ninja clans? Is it one of the groups of people that aren't enjoying playing the game? I suppose it would have to be both, right? Like there would have to be clans of people who aren't enjoying playing the game, and then some of the ninjas belong to some of those clans. Other ones belong to others of those clans, and some of them operate on their own.
Yeah, I think your bandit types, your scofflaws, your scoundrels, your street urchins,
vagrants.
They're all a member of like a no good Nick clan or a scofflaw clan, whatever they call it. And they're outside the taxpayers, maybe because they don't pay their taxes. I don't know.
Then there's the really affluent ninjas that are in the offshore tax platform clan.
That's the business clan. That's your business clan.
No, they call themselves the offshore tax platform clan. They're very proud of their workarounds and their secret ninja-y ways that no one is aware of and no one knows about ever. Nobody knows that they do it.
Nobody knows.
They're really secretive about it. Nobody knows.
When strangers come to town, like if they get off on the wrong highway and they come through Ninjaton, it's completely deserted. They're like, wait, there was smoke coming out of a chimney a second ago. Where is everyone?
There was smoke coming out of that street a second ago, I swear. What?
Was that a body? No, there's nothing there.
Is it a ghost town, though? Because it's called Ninjaton. So is the town also a ninja? Can the town disappear?
That's a great question.
Is
the town also a ninja? Is the town an offshore tax platform that floats around on the ocean and in a very literal way?
But instead of water,
and
it's
kind of
sand.
like the Mirage. A sea of sand.
Now, the problem with being a sea of sand, offshore tax shelter island, is that you won't get a lot of people passing through. So I like the idea that it has a dimensional doorway between island and a normal town. And people drive through and they see cars and stuff. They go to the cafe. They knock on the door.
Wait a minute.
Jeff, where else do ninjas come from? Where else do you think ninjas come from?
Well,
Everyone knows ninjas are
Japan.
cross-dimensional hopping warriors in the night.
Yes,
Everyone
that's
knows
cross-dimensional hopping warriors of the night.
Ninjas are cross-dimensional hopping warriors of the night, you guys, and everybody knows that.
We've always said this. Good idea. bringing you
Good idea. Ninjas
the
are
news.
cross-dimensional hopping warriors of the night. Everyone knows this, and we've always said it. Good idea. 2020.
I know.
And
some
all
of
the years
these
before
words.
that.
I'm glad we got that.
Gee, is that your attempt to repeat all of the things that everyone said?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm glad we got this secret missive from newly appointed Sheriff Quiet Earp. Now we can get back to our regularly scheduled
What would be the
program.
Before we move on to the next regular programming, I'm just wondering what the word for like semi-active listening that G was doing is. Where like, I know you said something and I think I know what you said, but I'm going to pretend I active listened to it. Like what kind of improv is that?
I think that's called ADHD.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna get coffee. I'll be right back.
I was listening.
Yo, we ready for this?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right, let's vibe.
Let's vibe.
What other prompts do we got? What else? What other problems can we solve?
We
I've
got one.
from a friend of mine named Hannah Stravano. It's does wanting like the multiple of moose to be meese, like, should that be a thing? Considering the plural for goose is geese, and if so, how come mouse isn't meese instead of mice?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, folks have been wrestling with this problem for as long as I've been alive. I think as long as the United States.
It's not. There's nothing to wrestle with. It's. We can't do meese and meese. We can't. That's why we can't do it.
So
That's why.
I think that meese should all be the same animal.
I mean, of course.
I think that we
of
should.
course.
I think you're right. We should take mice and we should take meese, and we should make them into meese.
Right.
A conglomerate hybrid animal.
So what? I also think that this should apply to every animal because I was thinking about that. That this should apply. If we're gonna go with every animal having the suffix "is" for its plural, deer should be
Cool.
dees.
Okay, so check this out. Look, I see 3 human-ese over there. Pretty good.
No, we don't do this to humans. We don't do this to humans because this is what shows that we're better than other animals.
Oh, that's good. We do need superiority, or
Yeah,
they'll
we
take
need to
over.
make sure we have that superiority.
So here's where we delve into something a little more difficult. What happens when the animal has plural or multiple syllables in its name?
Okay, hold on. Before we get to that,
Okay.
we got to first address the fact that there's literally no reason humans should have to refer to the plurals of any animals with any end sound other than "-ese". So any of the ones that we're already doing, like mice, get it out of here. If anybody thinks it's octopi, and I know we were just about to start talking about multiple syllables, get it out of here.
Right,
It's
it's
got to be
octopiece.
octopiece.
It's octopiece.
It's octopiece.
Platypus?
There we answered the question. Platypus. Done.
What about your
if it's a
catch-all?
single syllable?
What about your
What about the
catch-all
plural
category
anteater?
for animals, like say fish? Is that fishies or is that
No, it's
fees?
fish.
It's
Fees.
fish.
Fish. Okay.
Wait, but what about
Fish is-
foxes?
No. It would just be feast. It wouldn't be fishies or fish. It would just be feast.
Fees.
This is the thing. So I didn't get to. This is what I was trying to get to. We were talking about mice and mooses, or mice and me, and how they need to become one new hybrid animal.
Right.
Because we should never. Human beings are superior and should thus never have to, like, logically, because we're superior to other animals, we should never have to refer to them in their plurals by any end sound other than "-ese". And so any animal that is a single syllable word name gets to keep the first letter or sound of the first sound of the syllable, the first phoneme of the syllable.
So a deer and a
and
dog
then-
become the same animal as well.
Same animal.
So,
that's you get it. So that's what I'm going
So
for.
Aiden, our scientists have been running into some problems. I don't know, George, if you want to go over the exact data, but they're running into problems where they're doing lab tests with mice, and They don't have room for the meese. The meese are too big for their mazes.
It is meese, Jeff. Meese.
The meese are too big for the mazes. That's the problem. Now we got new problems to solve.
That's gonna have to be something science figures out. Humans are superior to mazes, and mazes should bend to our will. And so if the maze isn't big enough for our new hybrid meese creatures, which are comprised of a combination of the DNA of every single syllabled animal that starts with the sound m, these meese creatures will be relatively large, perhaps, and bulbous, and maybe a little bit malformed. But we will need labyrinths to accommodate them, because our labyrinths and our animals should both accommodate, and the sounds of our animals and the sounds of their names and how we refer to them should all accommodate our human superiority.
Not everyone knows this, but you know that story about King Minos and the Minotaur and all that? That really just got going because somebody changed the word for man to Minos, and like they needed a new plural and it became Minotaur. And then pretty soon they had a huge labyrinth with a creature in it that nobody wanted.
That's fucking crazy. I did not know that. We are following in the footsteps of our greatest ancestors, the Greeks. They were the best ones.
Dude,
Right.
like legit, Creed is just like legit super mysterious. Like honestly, in terms of mysteriousness, Creed is honestly more mysterious than the Bermuda Triangle.
I thought you said Creed like the band, and I'm like, what are we talking about? I'm with it, but what are we?
Creed is also very
extremely
mysterious.
Okay,
But
let's
not
put
the
the
band,
Isle of
but the
Creed.
movie.
Let's put the Isle of Creed on the list. We'll get back to that next week.
I'm into that one.
Is it just a bunch of
I'm into
boxers, or
that
is it
one.
just a bunch of bands, or both?
I mean, we got to get the Office character in there.
Obviously.
I've not seen The Office.
That's
well,
okay.
the Office character
It's-
is played by Creed.
Interesting.
He is played by Creed himself.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a bunch of assassins in there, too. Like, this ninja island might be the Isle of Creed, is all I'm saying.
It's surrounded by sand.
Most islands are.
Most islands are surrounded by water, actually.
It depends what you think the island is.
Gee, this is the classic problem of above the waterline kind of thinking. You go under the water, there's sand everywhere. There's sand all around that island.
What's with all this above the waterline kind of thinking? You were thinking about fish. That's some above the waterline
You know what?
thinking.
That's
Humans
my
are
bad.
superior to fish, so we can go under the waterline and over the waterline.
You're right.
Did
I
I
should
just
have
say fish?
remembered.
I meant feast. I was talking. Humans are superior to singular fish too, but humans are superior to feasts in general. And because of that, we can go under the water and do underwater thinking and overwater thinking.
Right.
So
Correct.
You just
we're
can't
all
limit
going to turn
yourself.
into Ocean Man.
Oh man, there's a great book about that by Kurt Vonnegut called Galapagos. And
I thought it was called Turning into Ocean Man.
well, that's kind of
That
the
sounds like
subtext.
a horror novel.
Have you read Turning into Ocean Man by Kurt Vonnegut?
Yeah, dude.
Because that kind of sounds like a book Kurt Vonnegut would write.
Yeah, I feel like that would come like either before or after Slaughterhouse 5 in the freaking Kurt Vonneverse.
It's Slaughterhouse 5.
The Kurt
Turning Slaughterhouse
Vonneverse.
5. Slaughterhouse 5, Becoming Ocean Man, Timequake. I don't know the order.
Because, fun fact, he has some recurring characters in some of his novels.
Oh really?
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know of one. He's the writer.
Yeah, Trout or whatever.
Yeah. Kilgore Trout.
Yeah, Kilgore Trout.
What did you call him, George?
Kill Trout.
Put that on the list. Oh,
Hey, I was
shit.
close. Shut up.
Now that's a human name, so it's fine. But if that was a animal, we'd have to call that Kiltrees.
That sounds
So
like a. That's,
what I'm
that sounds
getting
like a
from
right
that
name.
is the plural of trout is trees.
Yes.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, it would just be, let's be clear, it could also just be feast, though, which means
Right.
this,
We don't
I
need
guess,
species anymore.
we don't
We
need
need the
species.
generic
That's
name.
what I'm
Subspecies.
saying.
That's the
So-
word I'm looking for.
Actually,
We have too many-
G just stumbled upon our first wrinkle, which is plurals of plurals. Because you got feast, right? You got tons of fish, but now you're looking at feces, and it's confusing. Are you talking about poo, or are you talking about giant groups of fish?
You just have to get as clear as possible when it comes to context.
Okay, so that's a context
I've got a
situation.
burning question, you guys. In this new language,
What's your burning question?
what is
Yep.
the
English-
plural of? What is
It's English. It's English 2.0.
English 2.0.
No, hang on. What is the plural of anteater?
Meese.
And
They're
Dedes.
mammals.
And Dedes.
This one's interesting. It's actually ants eater.
I-
like Postmasters General.
Postmasters General. Are we 100% sure that it's ants eater? Because that doesn't fit the scheme that we've decided on.
Well, that's why I said this is a weird one. It's still in.
It is a weird one.
It's still in development. We're in
Right, but
talks.
here's the thing: we can't have weird ones in this new language.
We can't
Every
have,
animal
We can't have weird.
has to end. The plural of every animal has to end in "ease." It has to be.
Can I make a proposal that I think will solve all of our problems? Because we have our big labyrinths and our meese and we're trying to get the plurals down for all the animals, but I think I might have fixed it all.
Got it. Go.
Okay.
Anything that is not a human being is one of is of another species, and that's it. And we just have one other species, and they are monstrous enemies to the human race.
Yeah, but Elephas is so much fun to say.
Wouldn't? Fuck.
Oh, jeez.
We could still say Elephas for fun and
Zeebreeze.
just use that as a what?
Zeebreeze.
Seabreeze?
Zeebreeze.
Is that? Oh, Zeebreeze. I thought you were saying
Zeebreeze.
Seabreeze, like you have multiple horses with the same name.
Giraffes, right? Giraffes?
I think
Dries, yes.
it would be Jerice, yeah. I think. This
Wait, but what about
problem
bugs? We haven't talked about
We are-
bugs.
has made itself. This
Spiraling
problem
into
has made
insanity.
itself worse. This problem has made itself worse.
I think we need to upgrade to English 3.0. Anyone got any money?
That's
That's
what
a
I'm
paid
saying is
program.
we need to just do the species.
Guys, we're in a
too
world of hurt
complicated.
here. We did not think this through.
We
Now we've got
overcomplicated all of
Hold on. We've got bugs that have joined with boars and bats, and
Bees.
shit is out of control out here, guys.
Bees! 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 They're all bees!
We've got bee boar bat. The other one.
I'm
Boars.
just saying bees! Like,
So wait.
no, bees!
Wait,
Bees.
so is the band the Beatles now called the Beasts?
No, that's still the Beaties.
the beaties. Yeah. But they're humans, George. They're humans, and
But
so
didn't
that's
they name
can
their
be the
band
Beatles.
after the animal?
That doesn't matter. The Beatles are human
Technically,
beings.
they put an A in there.
They did, didn't they? That's a totally
They
different
did.
word.
But I mean, to
That's
keep
a totally different word.
to keep the joke construction consistent, they'd have to use whatever plural is used for Beatles, which is in this case BTs. So that's the new name of the
Oh
Beatles.
my god! Their name is a pun!
Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, you have to learn sometime, don't you?
I was today years old.
The early beast gets the wees.
I can't.
You're making mountains out of meese hills. Oh man, I can't think of any other species sayings.
It's the Keese pajamas.
It's because we have to stop this bit. I've been trying to end the bit, and I keep trying to do it, and then people keep having more shit to say.
George doesn't know when to
Wait,
queese.
Aiden. We're beating the dead
Jeff,
Keese.
that doesn't even follow convention.
We're beating the dead Keese.
You guys ran over each other onto that joke. It was like a obstacle course.
Yeah, we played
Here's the
cheats.
problem. The joke is wrong. The phrase isn't beating a dead horses.
Oh, shit. You guys are both fired.
Oh man. I have suffered from a hubris.
Actually, that's
Is this a
hubris.
Greek tragedy?
Okay, I'm good. Okay. I'm not good. I'm not.
Why are you not good?
Because I'm gonna start giggling again in a second. Oh
Beating a dead heese was very funny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about that. It was very funny.
Wait, but technically it does work because two people were beating the dead horse. Who knows? It might have been
Still
two horses.
doesn't work like.
It's heese.
There are two horses. You're right. There are two. If there's two people and one horse.
Okay, so
Y'all-
if George is trying to make a new saying at the same time as making a joke, and that's always tricky because really what he's saying is beating two dead horses, and that's just dark.
And that's just dark. I'm literally crying.
Yeah, I've got tears in my eyes.
Okay, hey listener, we're gonna take a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back with more.
Clean ourselves
And
up.
there's not gonna be like an ad. There's not gonna be like an ad. But we're gonna take a 5-minute break and clean ourselves off, and we'll be back. Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. We're done cleaning ourselves off, and we have more podcast for you. Welcome back. We have a prompt. Apparently, G and Jeff came up with something in the cleaning off interim.
Gee, do you want to
Yeah,
intro
so-
this one?
It's just new flavors.
New flavors.
New flavors.
I think we talked about something similar to this, like really, really, really early in Good Idea history, like years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something. Or something like new smells or something. I don't know. This is
So it's high
this is
time
like
we
a
brought it
classic,
back.
though. Yeah, no, it's a good
it's a
thing. I'm not
gritty
saying it's a
reboot.
bad. I'm saying that I'm saying this is like a good time. A gritty
That's a new
reboot
flavor.
of
Gritty
new
reboot,
flavors.
the new
That's
flavor.
a new flavor. Okay. New flavors. Gritty reboot flavor. So I go to the store. I go to the store. This tastes like despair. I buy a bottle of ketchup. I open the bottle of ketchup at home, and it's just too bright and children's and childish for me. And so I go back to the store and I buy a bottle of ketchup, but this bottle of ketchup has a picture of Deadpool on it, giving me the finger. And when I buy it, it also says gritty reboot of ketchup on it. And I go home and I try it, and this one tastes like despair.
You got the wrong ketchup, bro.
I didn't get the wrong ketchup. I got the best ketchup.
The despair ketchup.
This is the gritty reboot of ketchup. Deadpool is on it, smiling and giving me the middle finger. I almost said smiling and giving me a blowjob, and I think I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was, but
Well,
that's a new flavor.
That is comic
what I almost
accurate.
said.
That is comic accurate.
It's a comic accurate. Well, if I go to the store and I buy a bottle of ketchup with a picture of Deadpool on it, smiling and giving me the middle finger and also a blowjob, that would be a gritty reboot of ketchup, even if there
Goddamn
were no
right.
new flavors in
And
it.
I would expect that ketchup to taste like blowjob.
And it would taste like blowjob, and it even wouldn't. It would just be regular ketchup, and it would still taste a little bit like blowjob.
Although, here's the thing. There's the regular gritty reboot, which is the modern gritty reboot, and then there's the limited edition throwback gritty reboot, which is the 90s gritty reboot.
Oh no.
So a 90s gritty reboot, maybe I buy a pack of ketchup and a pack of ketchup, and it tastes like cigarettes.
So if we're talking about 90s throwbacks, what throwbacks happened in the 90s? We had the Brady Bunch movie. That was a throwback. So if you could make a flavor taste like the Brady Bunch.
Jeff, you're gonna have to be the expert on this because all the rest of us
Jeff,
were
I
like
think you're preaching to
babies in the 90s.
children.
Yeah, I wasn't born until
alive.
the last year of the 90s.
I wasn't alive in the 90s, my friend. So this is a reference that might be an older reference lost on younger people that you're working with.
So for my youngers, us oldsters remember a thing called throwback jams. And those were your
I am old enough to remember that.
I am not.
Yeah, you had your Mix-a-Lots, your Sirs Mix-a-Lot. You had your Pendergrasts.
Right.
And,
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla's Ice, yes. There were two
Why did
songs
you like
by
Bax
Vanilla
so
Ice
much?
that broke the charts. What?
Why did you like Bax so much?
That's not Vanilla Ice, that's Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, oof.
Yes.
I get them mixed up.
So going back to the board, we need new flavors, guys. We need more flavors.
What about the flavor, like what a black hole tastes like? What is that flavor?
Black hole flavor.
The whole.
That's the absence of all flavors. A great
Is it
sucking
though?
flavor.
No, it's the void.
It's a great sucking flavor.
It's death to all light flavor.
Black hole tastes like a blowjob.
I think you're doing black holes wrong.
I think you might be doing blowjobs.
I'm not doing blowjobs. Next question.
Black Hole Tastes Like a Blowjob was a great song by Soundgarden. Check it out.
Are we doing the next question or are we doing the next flavor?
I mean,
I think we need to do the next question.
yeah,
This
I think
is
we're
over.
done with
Okay.
flavors. Friend of mine, Kel Rick, goes by Cormelon on Twitter, asks about extroverts and self-isolating. So I guess the question would be, how should extroverts handle this pandemic quarantine situation?
As long as most of the people are social distancing.
Wait, where were you going with that?
That's all I was gonna say.
Oh.
Jeff asked how the extroverts should handle it, and I said as long as most of the people are social distancing.
That's sort of a half a
social
sentence, though.
Stay inside. Stay the fuck inside. That
Stay
said,
inside.
in real
Do
life,
a-
though,
do a Zoom
I am an
call.
extrovert. And I'm struggling. Your answer is stay the fuck inside, first of all. But secondly, just put on your tennis shoes and disappear
walk
into
around.
the woods.
Oh, that you went a different direction.
Stay inside, but also just put on your tennis shoes and disappear into the woods.
I mean, the animals
What
are
I'm
not going to give
saying-
you COVID. So, like,
That's what you think.
just disappear into the woods. Never come
Technically-
back.
The
Become a wood
the
witch.
first person who got coronavirus probably walked off into the woods with tennis shoes on and had sex with a monkey. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? If that's how the
boy.
gods decide I go, that's how I go.
Man, we got gods involved in our
I think
science
if you
now.
walk into the forest and have sex with a monkey and you die from it, then you decided how you went.
I'm not gonna fuck a monkey.
Jesus, our animals are all merging, and now we've got gods merging with science. I don't know what to do in this topsy-turvy world.
Monkey would the plural for monkeys be the monkeys?
Yes. Oh, the monkeys.
No, but seriously, just disappear into the woods.
Just disappear into the woods.
No.
I need to give that's a bad answer. That's not how extrovert should handle this situation.
That's how I'm handling this situation.
No, you're in your house right now recording a podcast. Don't lie.
Well,
Extroverts thrive on attention, right?
Yes.
Learn an instrument. Either play it really well or really badly. Either way, you're going to have a lot of attention on you, especially when everyone's inside and social distancing.
So
That's
here's
true.
the thing,
if you
though.
live like with neighbors, I don't have neighbors. I live in the middle of the woods.
So
Which is not a
extroverts
joke.
get
I
attention.
actually do live in a house in the middle of the woods. But if you have neighbors, learn an instrument. Learn a loud instrument.
A
Like a
banjo,
saxophone or a
And
trumpet.
people will
tuba.
have to talk to you.
Like they'll mostly be saying, could you do that somewhere else? But that's fine. Walk down the street with your
Alternatively-
saxophone.
Alternatively, make a friend through the walls.
See, it doesn't work. They won't talk to me.
They won't talk to you? That's so
That's what the
sad.
internet
I
is
just
for.
played that loud instrument a whole bunch and nobody talked to me.
See, that's why
Nobody
that's,
talked to me.
Aiden, that's why I walked into the fucking woods. I live with a bunch of introverts, and all of the animals in the woods made friends with me. Hello, lizard.
Okay, yes, we're back to the lizard. So
My name is Lizard.
Sorry, there's another lizard outside.
So G is down with the animes. And other
The
extroverts
animes?
who maybe
What?
don't get along with animes can use the internet to get attention and communicate and feel seen. And you can practice your instrument on a stream. Nobody's going to watch probably, but at least you'll feel accepted by the internet.
You could go on onlyfans.com and practice your instrument with your shirt off, and then a couple more people might watch.
You could make money doing
Just
that.
an option. I don't remember who it was. I think it was. Maybe it was somebody who was being It was either someone who was being interviewed on a podcast or someone who was talked about with great respect on a podcast, who was like doing topless stand up on OnlyFans or
Hell
something.
yeah.
And I'm like, that's awesome.
That sounds wild.
Awesome.
One of the things,
Yeah, I think that's the answer to the question.
Cormelon had a little bit at the end of their tweet, and I just wanted to point this out, which is some people have noticed that extroverts have been able to take for granted how easy it was for them, and the tables have kind of turned in this pandemic. So that's an interesting thing, is that one of the good things that might come out of this is that us extroverts are like, oh, okay, so that's what you guys were dealing with. Oh.
I
And now
kind
we're
of
not in
disagree,
charge.
actually, because
Yeah,
like,
I think that's kind of a weird thing to say about extroverts.
no, I mean, it is because like I'm handling it okay. I'm doing all right because I've got you guys, I've got my boyfriend, and this is all over Skype. I've got my coworkers, and then like right next door, I've got Caitlin, and her whole family are introverts, and they seem to be handling this not as well as I am. Like at all.
Oh, because they're stuck with other people.
Yes, I think that probably is it. Honestly,
that is hell on
it
earth.
and they're all
also
stuck
kind of
with
implies
me,
that like,
and I'm an extrovert, and I'm very loud and annoying.
I don't know that you're annoying. You are
No,
loud though.
I
would
can be
say
annoying
that.
if I get
Maybe.
yeah. And I'm definitely annoying.
That's all
and
a matter of
you don't think I'm
perspective.
annoying because you're an extrovert, but my introvert friends that I live with think I'm annoying because they're introverts.
But that's kind of what I'm saying is like that idea. I kind of struggle with the idea that like, well, introverts have had it so hard for so long, and now finally, and it's like, what?
Yeah,
no, I mean,
they're
like maybe
struggling
they
right
have
now,
it.
too.
They have it different. Introverts have it different. and they have it different than we do as extroverts.
Yeah.
And I'm certainly not an extrovert 100% of the time. And something that kills me is that I assume I'm one or the other. Like if I try, which I think that's probably true of most people, that I'm sure everyone falls on some spectrum there where they need some of one thing and some of the other thing.
Yeah.
But like the idea that introverts somehow are at a disadvantage because they are wanting to spend time by themselves is like, well, maybe they are at a disadvantage socially in if you want to think about it like that, but also they have more time to think on their own and more peace to connect with their sense of themselves and the way that their body feels when they feel certain things and think certain things, which will make them more socially adjusted and more comfortable with themselves. And like it's to be an extrovert, you have to have people around all the time to feel more energy. If that's truly what you need as an extrovert, TM.
Yep.
Like it's just different things.
It's harder when you think you're an introvert and you're actually an extrovert, or you think you're an extrovert and you're actually an introvert. It's harder for those people than it is for anybody who knows what they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, and that ties into like if you have an underlying mental illness that you didn't know about or an addiction or whatever. I bet this time is challenging a lot of people and making them focus on, I heard somebody say people might be second guessing their marriages or their relationships with family members, anybody you're stuck with or anybody you're separated from. We're facing things we've never faced before, and we might be 70, we might be 15, but we're being forced to deal with some of this stuff.
That's
so,
right.
But it's also, I think also we're really wired for this kind of living though. Like far more primally than our egos will let us know. But the idea that like we're a tribal culture and we have always been really, really connected with each other and stuck living with each other was the only way to not die. And going off alone into the woods before we had tennis shoes was really dangerous.
Correct.
No, but like for real, like it's like our brains are evolved for living in close quarters with people and for working as collective
I'm not saying
units.
Disappear into the woods permanently. I'm just saying disappear.
Oh no,
into
yeah,
the woods.
you're not. No.
Do Edward Thoreau or whatever his name is for a while.
Yeah,
Henry David Thoreau.
David Thoreau.
Go out into your backyard.
Go
out into your backyard. And then you have your wife bring you food and do your laundry.
Right.
Go into town sometimes. This is what Henry David Thoreau did.
But it was his mom.
That's all.
If you don't
was it his
have
mom?
A wife
I thought it was his wife.
to bring you food and do your laundry, do it yourself. You fucking
same thing.
baby man.
Get that washboard. Get to scrubbing.
And when you're done, make a washboard band.
I do want to extend my appreciation and concern, though, seriously, for those people who are quarantined alone.
Yeah.
That has to be real tough.
I was technically, I say quarantined alone. I was quarantined alone until I realized that I live on the same property as an entire family of people. And so I was like struggling real hard for the first like week and a half. And then I realized there are people right there and I live with them and I can go talk to them.
Okay, so you just pulled the trigger on that. You were like, it's probably safe enough.
Correct. Also, as soon as I started, I couldn't stop. And I'm that again, pretty sure I'm annoying them.
Got serious there.
Sometimes we gotta be.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sometimes serious is a new flavor.
If you buy the sometimes serious ketchup, is it like layered in like sort of you know how
what
you
sort
get
of world
like
do you live
bottles
in
of,
where the only flavors are different kinds of ketchup?
Is it? Wait, hang on. Is it like the goobers, the peanut butter and jelly that's all put together in that one jar?
That was what I was trying to. I was trying to come up with the term for like the viscosity or like different different like densities of oil that will float on top of each other. Like
That's called
but with the
swirly
sometimes
spoons.
serious
Hang on. I
swirlies.
very important question, George. Did you just say you love those? You love goobers?
Yes.
Who hurt you?
Oh, come on now.
They're so
You're really gonna
gross.
hate? You really gonna hate on this?
Yeah.
What about
Wow.
green Shrek ketchup?
Oh no.
Oh God.
Do you remember the purple ketchup? Are y'all old
No.
enough to remember that?
No.
Oh,
I heard
no.
they're bringing it back for kids.
I heard there was like rainbow ketchup, and that's only because of this, I guess, news article that I saw.
I don't know about rainbow
That
ketchup.
seems like
I
a
know there
poorly
were definitely
aimed-
different colors of ketchup, like different.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was called like the Rainbow Campaign.
Yeah.
Super weird.
It seems like poorly aimed pro gay. I'm gonna put in quotation marks propaganda.
Oh God.
to have rainbow ketchup.
Oh,
don't
let's
know, it
talk
just seems
about
like
our
something-
pro-gay program for supremacy.
Well,
Gay supremacy?
gay supremacy.
I'm on
Yeah.
board.
Well, every Pride Month, first of all, in June, every June, you have to go out and get gay married. That's one of the first
Right,
things.
obviously.
That's a good idea. Classic.
Now, is it purely
an old
ceremonial,
rule.
or is it like the whole thing with the paperwork?
You have to
and
get
the
your
Everyone
government?
has
taxes
to go
joined.
out and get gay married to celebrate the gay marriage.
Right, and then like yeah,
In
you
June.
have to do it every year, so you end up with like a lot of husbands or wives.
Yeah, and you can get divorced too, but it just helps it helps level out the gay divorce rate with the straight divorce rate.
That way, they're both
Because right
extremely
now
high.
the gays are way behind.
Right, correct.
We're gonna have to have allowances for bigamy from now on.
Can you define that, please?
More
Bigamy?
than one spouse, unless you
It's like-
want super easy divorces every year.
Yeah,
It's the
bigamy is
purge, but with
gender
divorces.
neutral of.
It's the purge before divorces.
I forgot the word.
Divorce day will come right before pro-gay marriage day.
So wait, so my May 31st?
Yeah, there you go.
My birthday's divorce day?
So George, you'll
very
get
good day.
divorced on May 31st, and then April Fools, you'll get your extra gay marriage.
April Fools
Ma-
is
yeah,
April is
April
before
Fools.
May,
Yeah.
friendo.
Nope, not April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day is any day of the year.
June 1st becomes April 1st. It's a special promotion we're doing this first year.
It's some more bullshit rainbow capitalism from the company that brought you rainbow ketchup.
All hail Heinz.
All hail Heinz.
Hello.
I gotta go pee really quick.
Okay, pause for Jeff to go pee.
This episode is really interesting, too, because it just sort of ends.
Hello, this is Aiden. If you're listening to this, there's a good chance you've also listened to the podcast Straight Off the Top of My Headlines before, which is another show that I produce with my friend AJ Generis on the Sinister Parent Company Entertainment Network. Good Idea's very own George Diaz will be guesting on all of the episodes on the week of May 31st for Straight Off the Top of My Headlines, and I strongly recommend you check those episodes out. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you. Have a great day.